And you have 3 lives. I only have one life.
Alright, Jade, so let's make some extra.
That's it, because I got to go to bed, Jade. I got to go to work. Son.
I gotta go to work too.
My little brother just got home from work, just making that moolah.
Every day I'm learning that the real flex is just being in love with yourself and ignoring the world and knowing that you the shit and that you can make it out of anything. So here I am, day by day.
This is Jade Guiardo, a 21-year-old makeup artist from Austin, Texas. On February 7th, 2023, she made what seemed like a simple decision. She agreed to drive her ex-boyfriend home. By midnight, she would be found dead in the most gruesome ways. But before I tell you what happened that night, let me take you back to where this all started, because there were warning signs everywhere. Signs that, if heeded, might have saved her life.
Oh, that.
No, I'm not giving you a lot. Look. And this goes good with beer too, Jade.
Well, do we have some?
No, that's what the TikTok said.
You see my cards.
No, I didn't.
Because I literally had them all the way out.
Jade, are you going to go or not?
Jade Talia Guiardo was born on November 5th, 1991. She grew up in a supportive family environment, primarily raised by her mother and stepfather, Marlon Guzman, while maintaining a close relationship with her biological father, Abel, who lived in Fayetteville. From the very beginning, Jade was someone who lived out loud. She loved travel, adventure, and self-expression in every form imaginable. Her social media presence was vibrant and authentic, filled with makeup tutorials that showcased her professional skills, fashion posts that reflected her bold style, and countless moments with the people she loved most.
I'm the one that put the 4 down.
Okay.
I should have cheated and said I should go.
Oh, I hope you're not working on that. Just drop it, Jade. You're so dramatic. You're like a
What are you
drama
working on?
queen. I'm not telling. Let me see, babe.
Are you working on space? Just tell me.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Fuck it. Lord.
Yeah, I am working on space.
Oh my God.
Look what you gave me.
Here, I don't know what those dropped. So
Okay,
don't-
so we'll just put them at the bottom. No worries.
What the fuck? Maybe I'm still high. I don't know what's going on. Oh my God, what is this?
That's it, Jade. You better have some good cards because I'm knocking. And
What you got?
Dude, I have 29. And you already have a life in, Jade. You're gonna lose that. You're 26. Oh my God.
I knew I should have not. It's
You're
okay.
gonna shuffle it through now.
As a mother to 2 sons, Elijah and Christian, Jade documented everything with the dedication of someone who understood that memories matter.
We are going on a little adventure.
Let's go take a whole walk outside, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna go. Hi.
There were spontaneous dance parties in the kitchen on random weeknights, Christmas morning videos capturing the boys tearing through wrapping paper with pure joy, and everyday moments that most of us take for granted, but that she seemed to understand were precious. She was actively building a life in Austin, carving out a place in the beauty industry, offering services like waxing, eyelash enhancements, massages, and dreadlock retwisting. Beyond her beauty business, she also worked as a bottle girl in the local nightlife scene, embracing a vibrant social life while somehow balancing the constant demands of motherhood. She was hustling, building something, creating a future for herself and her boys.
You know it's hard out here for a pimp.
No, I don't know what that.
Bro, practice, ready? You know it's hard out here for a pimp. Come over here.
We are trying to get this money for the whip.
Okay, let's try one more time. You know it's hard out here for a pimp.
We are trying to get this money for the whip.
Push it out. Push that shit out. When you're trying to get this money for the rent. Come on here. Hurry up. Let me try. When you're trying to get this money for the rent.
We are trying to get this money for the whip.
But here's what makes this story even more heartbreaking, what adds another layer of tragedy to what would eventually happen. In the years leading up to her death, Jade had been fighting thyroid cancer. She underwent surgery, and during that procedure, pathology tests revealed what no one wants to hear: cancer. But Jade didn't hide from it. She chose radioactive iodine treatment and openly documented her entire journey on social media with remarkable courage and transparency. And here's where we get to hear directly from Jade herself, in her own words, talking about what she was going through.
So many text messages and DMs and stuff. I get it. It's Memorial Day weekend, and y'all would expect me to be outside. However, I am not. A lot of people do not know this, but after my thyroid surgery, the pathology test came back and it was cancer. So I finally went through my radioactive treatment yesterday, and that drained everything. Just remember my last video. I have a new profound admiration for people that have cancer and have to go through chemo and radiation every day, every week, whatever the case may be. I thank God that mine is less aggressive. I don't have to go through this. Pray to Jesus. This is my last time. But it's unbelievable, and I love you guys.
This was someone who had looked mortality in the face and come out the other side with appreciation for life, with admiration for others fighting harder battles, with faith that she'd been given a second chance.
So to the people that didn't already know, and some of y'all just be wondering, do I have cancer or not? I had already had thyroid surgery, so that was already removed. But the radioactive treatment did work. It did what it was supposed to do. The cancer didn't spread anywhere else. And yeah. Anyways, life's great. Pussy's still good.
This was a woman who had fought cancer and won, who had every reason in the world to protect her life, who had 2 young boys depending on her to be there for them as they grew up. And then there was Devontae Fox. He was the father of her children, the man she'd built a family with before everything fell apart. Their relationship was marked by turbulence from the start. The couple had a documented history of frequent arguments and repeated police interventions over the years. By early 2023, they were no longer romantically involved. That chapter was closed, but they maintained contact for co-parenting purposes. They had to, right? They shared 2 children. But this is where things get dangerous, because maintaining contact with an abusive ex-partner for the sake of children creates opportunities for violence to continue. Fox had a documented history of violence specifically against Jade, and I need to be very specific here about what that history looked like because it matters. In 2021, Fox was convicted and served actual jail time for violating a magistrate's order of emergency protection. As a result of this conviction, he was legally prohibited from possessing firearms, a restriction that exists specifically to protect victims in situations exactly like this. Remember that detail, because it becomes absolutely critical later when we talk about what happened in that house. And just one day before the murder, on February 6, 2023, arrest warrants were issued for Fox related to incidents that had occurred just a week earlier, charging him with retaliation and impeding breath. Let me explain what impeding breath means, because the legal terminology can obscure the reality. This is an assault involving strangulation. This man had his hands around Jade's neck, cutting off her air supply, one of the most dangerous forms of domestic violence and one of the strongest predictors of future lethal violence. There were active warrants for his arrest. Law enforcement was looking for him, and the very next day, Jade agreed to give him a ride home. Why would she do that? It's the question everyone asks, and it's the wrong question because it places responsibility on her instead of him. We don't know her reasoning, and honestly, it doesn't matter because nothing she did justified what he would do to her. On the afternoon of February 7th, around 14 in the afternoon, Jade called the Austin Police Department from the 1000th block of Sweet Melissa Drive in North Austin, a residential area near I-35 and Wells Branch Parkway. This was Fox's residence, his territory, a place where he had all the control. She reported that after dropping Fox off at his home, he intentionally damaged her vehicle's tire. Different reports describe it as flattening or slashing, but the specific method doesn't matter. What matters is the intent behind the action. He was keeping her from leaving and trapping her there. Officers arrived at the scene, spoke with Jade, assessed the situation, and provided her with a ride to ensure her safety, allowing her to depart and putting distance between her and Fox. At this point in the timeline, she was safe. She had physically left the location. Police had intervened and documented what happened. She was away from him. Approximately an hour later, at 2:37 in the afternoon, police followed up with Jade via phone, conducting a welfare check to make sure she remained safe. She was at a different location, somewhere away from Sweet Melissa Drive, and Fox's whereabouts were unknown at that time. Everything seemed to be de-escalating. The immediate crisis seemed to have passed. But then something changed. Something happened that we may never fully understand, and what came next would lead to one of the most tragic nights in Austin that year, a night that would end with Jade dead and her 2 sons orphaned. The incident that had seemed under control that afternoon, that appeared to be resolving itself peacefully, would spiral into something absolutely unimaginable by evening. The timeline here is crucial to understanding just how quickly things deteriorated. At 7:54 that night, hours after the initial tire incident, Austin Police Department received another disturbance call concerning the same residence on Sweet Melissa Drive. The caller, whose identity was never disclosed in reports for privacy or safety reasons, indicated there was a conflict happening inside the home involving Fox. Something was very wrong. Here's the critical detail that changes everything about how we understand what happens that night. When police arrived at the scene for the second time that day, they determined that Jade had returned to the location. After being safely removed earlier, after police had helped her leave, after she confirmed she was at a different location, she had gone back to Fox's house. She had gone back to the place where, just hours earlier, he'd trapped her by damaging her vehicle. The question everyone wants answered is why? Why did she go back? The honest answer is we don't know for certain, and we have to be careful not to speculate in ways that blame her for what happened next. All of these are possibilities, but the truth is, it doesn't matter why she returned. What matters is what he did when she got there. What we do know with certainty is that when police arrived in response to that 7:54 disturbance call that same night, the situation they found was drastically different from the afternoon incident. She was now being held hostage by Fox inside his home. The situation immediately prompted the deployment of Austin Police Department's SWAT team, initiating a prolonged standoff that would stretch on for hours into the night. The negotiations extended for several hours, professional crisis negotiators attempting to establish communication, to de-escalate the situation, to find some pathway to get Jade out of that house safely, and to take Fox into custody without anyone getting hurt. These are trained professionals who know how to talk to people in crisis, who understand the psychology of hostage situations, who have successfully resolved countless similar scenarios. But this time, their expertise wasn't enough. This time, all their training and experience couldn't prevent what was about to happen. Neighbors were almost certainly evacuated from surrounding homes for their own safety. SWAT officers were strategically positioned around the house, watching windows, monitoring for any movement, ready to respond if the situation deteriorated further. Negotiators were on the phone, trying every technique they'd been taught, every approach that had worked in the past. Just after midnight, at 12:14 in the morning on February 8th, SWAT officers made the decision to force entry into the home. After hours of attempted negotiations that led nowhere, after exhausting every other option available to them, they had no choice but to go in. The tactical team breached the door, entered the residence, and made their way upstairs. What they discovered in that upstairs room would confirm everyone's worst fears. They found Jade and Fox, and both were suffering from gunshot wounds. The scene that greeted those officers was every first responder's nightmare, the outcome everyone had been working desperately to prevent for hours.
Breaking news after an hours-long SWAT situation, found a person dead and another with life-threatening injuries at a North Austin home. It's happened on Sweet Melissa Drive. That's near Pflugerville. Police were called around 8 o'clock last night, and then around 12:30 this morning, the SWAT team entered that home.
As of right now, no arrests have been made. Police would not give any information about the dead person they found or the person that is now at Round Rock Hospital. They say they are still investigating to figure out what happened here. Of course, we're going to continue to give you updates as soon as we learn more.
Jade was pronounced dead at the scene from her injuries. Fox was discovered in critical condition with life-threatening wounds and was immediately transported to a local hospital. The scene told investigators exactly what had happened in that room during those final moments. Austin Police Department detectives, based on a comprehensive analysis of the scene evidence, concluded that Fox had shot and killed Jade before turning the gun on himself in an attempted suicide. The evidence supporting this conclusion included the positioning of both individuals' bodies in the room, the specific nature and location of the wounds each had sustained, the ballistic evidence at the scene, and, most importantly, the complete absence of any other suspects or third-party involvement. This determination classified the case as Austin's 11th homicide of 2023, and we weren't even halfway through February yet. In this one, this particular death was entirely preventable if the systems meant to protect domestic violence victims had functioned the way they were supposed to. Remember what I told you earlier about Fox's legal status? He was legally prohibited from possessing firearms due to his 2021 conviction for violating a protective order. This man could not legally own a gun. The system had identified him as too dangerous to have access to firearms. So how exactly did he have a gun in that house that night? Fox succumbed to his self-inflicted injuries on February 10, 2023, 2 days after he murdered Jade, as confirmed by Austin Police Department announcements and hospital records. He died in that hospital bed without ever being charged, ever standing trial, or ever having to answer for what he did. There would be no trial where evidence would be presented publicly, no opportunity for justice to be served in a courtroom, or a chance for Jade's family to hear him explain why he decided to take her life, to look him in the eye and tell him what his actions had cost them. He took all of that with him when he died. The case was officially closed. Jade's 2 sons, Elijah and Christian, were left without either of their parents in their lives. The immediate investigation into Jade's death provided enough evidence for the Austin Police Department to reach its official conclusion about what transpired in that house. Still, when you step back and look at the broader context, you see systematic failures at multiple levels that allowed this tragedy to occur. The evidence supporting this conclusion included the positioning of both individuals' bodies in the room, both suffering from gunshot wounds, supporting the sequence of events where Fox fired on Jade first before turning the weapon on himself. The forensic analysis was thorough within the parameters of what investigators typically examine in these situations. But the online memorial for Jade and the National Gun Violence Memorial features multiple photos of Jade showing her vibrant personality, with 173 candle-lighting tributes as of the page's most recent update, and dozens of user comments from people who knew her, praising her beauty, her sense of humor, her energy, and her presence in their lives. Her obituary from Gabriel's funeral chapel portrays her with the kind of loving detail that news reports never capture, describing her as a devoted and loving mother, an adventurous spirit who embraced life fully, survived by her 2 sons who meant everything to her, her parents who raised her, and her extended family who loved her. This case has been referenced in broader discussions examining domestic violence patterns and gun violence statistics in Texas, including in comprehensive reports that compile individual narratives like Jade's specifically to raise public awareness about the scope and severity of intimate partner violence.
In many situations, even their close friends and family may not know what they're going through. And according to a new report, here in Texas, rates of violence hit near record highs last year.
This year, we're reporting the second highest number of intimate partner homicides that we've reported in the history of recording and documenting this information. We're also showing an increase in the number of young people who are victims of intimate partner homicide and who are perpetrating intimate partner homicide.
But here's what we really need to talk about, the conversation that matters more than forensic details or legal technicalities. This case represents systematic failures at multiple levels of the systems that are supposedly designed to protect domestic violence victims. Jade sought law enforcement intervention multiple times throughout her relationship with Fox, including twice on the actual day of her death. She called the police when Fox damaged her tire that afternoon. Officers responded promptly and professionally, helped her leave the location safely, provided her with transportation, and even followed up later to check on her welfare. They did everything they were trained to do in that immediate moment, everything their protocols required. But the system had already failed Jade long before that February afternoon ever arrived, failed her in ways that made that day inevitable rather than preventable.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
And today, the Texas Council released new data about how many Texans are affected by domestic violence while honoring victims and survivors. Here's Jessica Cha.
1 in 3 Texas women will experience relationship violence at some point in their lives. And that's according to the Texas Council on Family Violence, or TCFV, which wants to make sure survivors and victims know that they can get help to get out of a violent situation. Now, the TCVF hosted the Texas Town Hall today and revealed that in the past year, 161 people died due to violence involving an intimate partner. 137 of those victims were female and 24 were male, which Tabitha Harrison with the TCFV says is typical. She says part of the problem is that 60% of offenders already had a history of violence with family or a partner, and 75% of victims sought help before being killed.
We had roughly 20 people, friends, family. There were situations in which the offender walked into a home and victimized everyone in there. We tell the public and we tell our law enforcement partners, our judiciary partners, that this is a public concern. It isn't just the victim, the primary victim. It isn't just the person in the relationship who is at risk. Those around them are also at risk, and the numbers bear that out over and over.
Now, there were also some state lawmakers at today's town hall talking about what they can do to help survivors. They said amplifying victims' voices and normalizing what they go through helps, and looking at domestic violence as a bipartisan issue to create legislation to protect victims also helps. Now, if you are experiencing domestic violence, you can call Austin's Safe Alliance hotline at their number on your screen. That's 512-267-7233. And someone is available to help 24/7. In the studio, Jessica Cha, KVUE News.
Fox had active arrest warrants from incidents that had occurred just 1 week earlier, charging him with retaliation against Jade and with impeding breath, which is the legal term for assault involving strangulation. Strangulation is one of the strongest predictors of future lethal violence in domestic abuse situations. When someone puts their hands around their partner's neck and squeezes, research shows the risk of them eventually killing that partner increases dramatically. Fox had crossed that line. Warrants had been issued, so why wasn't he already in custody? Why was he free to damage Jade's tire that afternoon, to trap her in his home that evening, to murder her that night? The warrants existed, but they didn't protect her. Resources like the National Domestic Violence Hotline are frequently cited in news articles covering cases like this, encouraging people in similar situations to seek help, to reach out, to use the systems available. But here's the painful truth that Jade's case illustrates so starkly. She did seek help. She did everything the system tells victims to do, everything right according to the playbook given to people in abusive relationships, and she still died. The system failed to protect her despite her repeated attempts to engage with it, despite her doing exactly what she was supposed to.
I need you to please go put gas in my car at some point before the morning.
Well, me and Dad take your car in the morning anyways.
Well, he has a funeral to go to at 10 a.m.
He's not going to work.
So you're
yeah,
off. Yeah, you're going to be off. So what time you work tomorrow?
I gotta work at 9.
9 in the morning?
Yeah, I don't go in at 9. I go in when I wake up. They don't care. I promise you they don't.
Because he's a boss.
Oh, come on, hurry up, bro. I need that money.
No, we're going to finish playing.
I'm almost trying to pick with your mom.
Please. Boys, I'm exhausted. So you gonna take me to work tomorrow? Since you gotta go to the funeral at 10?
Who is he talking to?
To you. That's how he talks to everybody.
What's going to happen?
He's not talking to me.
Hey,
If I can go with Tim,
I'm definitely talking to you. Anyways.
if I can go with Tim, then I go.
I'm not betting 100.
Let you take the Jeep.
Babe, can you move this so I can shuffle
Hey, if
you?
I take the Jeep, it's better.
Damn, how much money you got?
Last night,
Big baller?
I just made 40 last night at the car wash. So
What you get paid hourly, right?
$8.50, yeah.
Well, it's good. As long as
It's
you
all
start
right.
from somewhere.
It's alright. Hey, Dad. Put that money in my savings account.
Here, I'll put it.
Put it tomorrow.
Look, I got Cash App. If you want me to Cash App for you, I got you.
Look at me and tell me.
No,
say that
I'm
with
not shuffling and dealing. You are.
Look at me and
It's my
say that
turn
with
to
a
go
straight
first.
face.
Christy, I really believe that you've been cheating this whole time.
Hey, fat boy.
I earned my
Hey,
dollars.
don't.
Girl,
Yeah, he is ignoring you.
I believe in the value of earning your keep. Do you?
I don't know. In value in earning your keep. Keep away.
Earning your keep, Jade. Whatever you want to keep that is yours, do you believe in the value of earning it?
Yeah, I want
Whether
to keep
it
my
be your-
money.
Whether
I
it's
want to
your
keep.
money, whether it's your clothes, whether it's your car, whether it's your time, do you believe in the value of earning your keep?
Yeah, all that. I'll keep all of my stuff.
Then I don't cheat.
I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. I think you're still cheating.
I don't smoke, Dad.
Let me smell your fingers.
You should be
hurt.
taking
Oh, I'm not gonna
me
smell your
out.
fingers because you never know.
God,
You
you
know
should
what?
be checking Rihanna. I'm a clean.
I can't believe y'all would even smell his fingers, Dad. Come on.
Yeah, come here. And you forgot. I get drug tested.
Oh, you know that.
Who gets drug tested?
Me.
Y'all don't get drug tested at no car
Jade,
wash.
what the heck happened?
No.
I meant to
No, I get drug tested in the military.
Hey, Jay, you want some?
He's
Yeah.
been doing the military too.
Guys,
Why?
So-
What?
wait.
Oh, I'm thinking she's gonna tell us to be quiet.
What?
My counselor called me today and they want to talk to you
Why?
about your schedule. So you need to type in the number. It's Miss Sarah's account.
Why? She called you just right now?
No, she called me earlier and I was.
I have until tomorrow to do the paperwork, so
I
don't
know,
be
but
giving
she's
me no
talking.
list.
She's talking about schedules and everything.
Okay. Okay, I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna go to school.
Did Canisius make you cry? Tell me the truth right now, yes or no?
No.
Oh wow, you've been
Just
crying?
Yes or no? Just tell me yes or no.
Exactly. We need to cut his ass off.
Look at my eyes and tell me, did Canisius make you cry? Yes or no? No. Okay, that's it.
And if he did, guess what?
Y'all only know the bad parts.
No, she hasn't.
What do you think about Jade's death? Let me know in the comments section. Click on one of the cards on your screen to see more videos like this.